Screens, your weekly Wednesday show. And today, this week, is Big Games with Greg Trefry and myself, Deborah Everett Lane. And our guest today it's us.
It's us.
It's our end of summer spectacular Cornhole with Greg and Deborah, or with Deborah and Greg in this case. Yeah. So we thought that today we would take a classic game that probably all of you have played, maybe played a lot, maybe are sick and tired of, maybe never sick and tired of it. And we would play it and talk about the mechanics and think about simple ways to mod it, and then just talk about the process, talk a little bit about the history of the game, and also just about the process of modding games, because pretty much any game that you have at home that you've played 1,000 times, you can mod and make into an entirely different game with just some simple strategies.
Yeah,
right?
that's probably where I get most of the games I make are just like, I remember I was at come out and play one time and somebody was like, oh, it's like it's the Greg Trefry special. It's like you took a game that everyone loved and changed one rule. I'm like, yep, that's me.
Yeah, so I think we might start off with a little bit of history about Cornhole.
Yeah. So I've been trying to get from as soon as we started the show, I was like, oh, I think we should do one on Cornhole eventually.
This is true. Every month.
Exactly. I'm like, should we do Cornhole this month? Yeah. And because I like it. I always make my students like talk about it a little bit. They never like whenever I teach this class called Playful Experiences, and we may have them make. We have them make like big games, outdoor games, and I'm always like, Cornhole's interesting. And everyone, or what do people think of Cornhole? And everyone's immediately like, oh, that's the worst. It's beanbag toss. I was like, yeah, but it like falls into this category of like games you can play with one hand. It like they're doing something right if it's like in so many bars around the country, or like you go to a restaurant and you can play it while you're waiting. So I think there's something interesting about that.
And you can play by yourself, or you can play it with one partner. You can play with 4 people. So it's expandable. It can be social. It can be independent. Right.
And you can have it. You can have like professional leagues. Like I was recently watching during the Olympics. We were like flipping around trying to find sports, and then found Cornhole. Was not in the Olympics yet, but there was it was one of the big money tournaments for Cornhole. They had like former football players who now are just pro Cornhole players.
Yeah, that is some amazing counter programming. It reminds me of the time during the Winter Olympics. One time during the figure skating, counter programming was the competitive eating competition.
Ooh.
Yeah, get a different audience in there.
That's where we could go next. Competitive eating. Examine the mechanics behind it.
Yes.
And so Cornhole, like it feels like it's, for me, it's like that great type of game where it's like super casual. You can I'm always like, if you required 2 hands to play, it would not be as popular. There's something about like that class of games like that you can do with one hand while you're holding something. I'll let you fill in whatever it is that you want to be holding while playing a game outside with friends on a Friday or whatever, Wednesday afternoon. And so, yeah, I think there's something about the way that the game is set up that's interesting in that way. Like, we can mod it and take away that thing, but I don't know if that would be ruining something at the heart of Cornhole.
Yeah, well, I think that can be. So when we're thinking about modding it, I think we could make that a constraint that it must still be one-handed.
Right,
it must always be one-handed.
If we want our mod to spread,
yes,
we must maintain the one-hand.
The new version of Cornhole that just spreads everywhere.
And so I was looking up, I guess Cornhole. Some people think it's a little unclear the history of it, like many folk games that have sort of spread. But there was a patent. There was submitted by H.A. DeWint. This was back in 1883 during the parlor coitus. Coitus? Is that how you would say that? You know Latin, maybe.
Oh, it's coitus.
Coitus.
Yeah.
So I guess here's the craze, and I guess which was it's basically like horseshoes or like variants of ring toss, horseshoes / ring toss. You like toss rings on things, and Mr. Wint submitted this patent for what essentially looks like a sort of modern Cornhole set.
Absolutely.
It's got
it's a square, but it's still a hole.
Right. I mean, that was an important change, but it has the sloped surface, and then he was, I guess, one of the first people to introduce the beanbag here in Figure 2. as the object that was being tossed.
And I would just interject here, so that my question to Greg was, the hole is obvious, but where is the corn? And even though we're calling it a beanbag, apparently it is filled with corn kernels, or used to be originally filled with corn kernels, and that is where the corn is.
Yeah. So either this is true, this is real, in which case it's amazing, or it is like the rabbit hole to an ARG about Cornhole, in which case it is also amazing. And someone has put it on, shared with this, put their ARG on Wikipedia, or it's the real thing. We know. It looks really good. It looks too good, right?
No, it looks great.
Yeah. And I wish they still had the bell. The bell is really cool.
Oh, that would be a great mod.
Yeah.
Like, or you could put like a whoopee cushion in the hole, so that if you got it right, good throw right in the hole, you get that nice.
I believe this is what they call it, the game center, making a game like juicier, adding like the it's like the peggle, like the bling effects. The bell is the
adding the bell.
Yeah.
Sound effects are definitely missing from Cornhole.
Yeah.
For sure.
So something like that would be nice.
Yeah.
So maybe we should play some Cornhole to start with?
I think so.
Okay.
I think we should play some Cornhole. All right.
So we're going to do this selfie style this week.
All right. Blue or green?
Oh, geez. You choose. You went for green.
Well, I guess I went for green. I'm green.
I guess. Right.
I'm green.
All right. I'm blue.
All right.
So have you ever played, Cornhole? Or?
Oh, I know Cornhole.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So for those who don't, you want to give us a brief, and also this is the gigantic mechanic, the junkyard behind the gigantic mechanic office. There's a forklift, a mysterious van which has been there for ages, an abandoned Jetta, and a sailboat.
Yes, this is Brooklyn, folks.
Yeah, it doesn't get more Brooklyn than this. Look, I even got like facial hair for it.
Oh yes, he grew his pandemic facial hair finally.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cornhole, you have two boards at opposite ends, and I'm sure that there's probably some official distance for competitive Cornhole, but we did not actually measure it. And if you play with two people, you start at one end, you're both at this end, and you take turns throwing it, and you're trying to get it through the hole. And there are different point values if you get it through the hole or it lands on the board, right?
Correct, yeah.
Is it 2 if you get it through the hole?
3.
And 3 and 1 if you get it on the board?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
But it's a little bit like croquet because you are alternating with the other person. So I'll throw, then Greg will throw. Greg will try to knock me off of the board, right? Or prevent me from getting into the hole.
Right.
And so it's a little bit strategic that way, not just trying to get it into the hole.
Correct. Right. And also on the scoring, there's the cancellation rule.
Right, is you only score at the very end after you've thrown all of your beanbags.
Right.
So your beanbags may be looking good, but you don't know until the very end.
Right, and only the person who scored the most scores any points.
That's right. So you cancel. So if I got 4 points and Greg got 3 points, then I would only get 1 point.
Right.
But Greg would get no points.
Right.
And this is not a fancy version of Cornhole. Some fancy versions of Cornhole, they have a little scoring device on the side.
Apparently there's also, if you're getting into professional high-level play, there's the beanbags will be like, they'll have different textures on the different sides. So you have like a fast side and a slow side.
Nice.
And then certain players have different styles. Maybe they're sliders. Maybe they throw more airmails, which is when you go straight in.
Okay, airmail.
Yeah.
You have to figure out whether your technique is underhand or overhand.
Right.
And this is a brand new set, and I will say these beanbags have not been broken in, and they're a little slippery. So I don't know. I don't know how we're going to do here.
And it's generally played to 21. I believe. Okay. All right. So do you want to start us off?
Well, I mean, we're going to have to do it alternate.
Right? Yeah. You throw. You can take the first throw. Then I'll throw.
And we did not practice, folks.
No, we have not warmed up at all.
Apologies if this is terrible as a first throw.
Okay. So this is going to be a little tricky on the filming. Maybe should it? Well, we'll do this round.
Do you want me to hold it?
Yeah, you.
I'll hold
it. I'll hold and throw.
Okay.
Because it's a one-handed game.
It is a one-handed game. We made a point of that.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, a bouncy board. points.
Okay, 1 point.
1 point for me.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna put this down. I'm just gonna put it somewhere, and then we will. Let's see. Can we see the board? So you know what? I'm gonna put it right here.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see us? Is it focused on the board? I don't know if they can hear us. We'll just talk loudly.
Yeah. We'll fill you in.
But we have to not knock over the camera.
Or maybe we should.
Okay.
I think I'm.
You're winning, so you go first.
Whoa! Very close. Oh, nice! It was totally worth it for that. So I've got 1 on right now.
Do I get a point for knocking over the camera?
I feel like maybe you should.
Okay.
All right, we still got 2 more throws.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see the board or not, but. All right.
All right. I got none again, so Greg has 2 points.
2 points for me. All right.
But
Although you did get the camera shot.
I did knock over the camera, though. Sorry. Okay, so I think you go first again.
Okay. Maybe this time we'll
Oh, that's good.
set it up going this way. You get all views of
all the views of Cornhole. These are the ones you don't get on ESPN. These are only in the GM Vector. Oh! Nope. Oh!
Oh, so close. Ah, that was quiet. Okay. And clearly, Greg is the superior cornhole player. I've not even gotten it on the board yet.
Right. I mean, I was, raised the question of why, what happened here?
Did we lose the feed?
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
Of why I wanted to play it so badly on the...
Because you wanted to beat me since I
No,
a bunch of the other
it's
things?
true you have. It's,
Greg does have an advantage of about a foot on top of me, so...
It's true.
He's longer arms.
Okay. I'm still first then.
Yeah,
Is that
you're
right?
first.
Okay. Oh! Ooh! Oh man, I feel like that had like the...
I think it's negative 10 points if the dog runs away with your beanbag.
Okay.
I do think that they're a little slippery.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got other bags.
No. Well, we could start with the bag and see if that makes a difference. Yes!
Oh!
A point!
So, in some rules in Cornhole, that would be a ground or a dirty bag.
Because it hit the ground first?
Right, but I say we go with it. We're okay.
Oh, wait, you mean you wouldn't be allowed to have that point?
If it touches the ground first, they say sometimes.
That's like some serious cornhole rules.
Yeah, that is like tournament level play. I say we count them.
Okay. Oh!
That's a cornhole.
Yes.
Not an air hole. Airmail? Apparently, I learned all this when I was watching the Bush's Beans.
It's called the cornhole if it goes straight in?
No, it's called an airmail if it goes straight in.
Okay.
And it's called a slider if you hit on the front and slide it in.
Okay.
And this is where all the strategy in it comes in, where it's like where you place it. Oof. Ah.
You got it?
I got it.
Well, so 4 points.
So 4?
You now have got 7 points to my 0. Oh no, you have 6 points. Wait. You won the first 2, and then I won 1.
So I think I have 7.
You have 7, and I have 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I am curious. Can I try it with the other pizza?
Yeah, totally. We're gonna try slightly less slippery ones. Ooh,
You want?
Thank you. These are this is a heavy bag.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. You go first.
All right, I go first.
Okay.
Here, let's switch sides because then I can
Okay.
get you in the shot, I think.
Excellent. Okay.
Alright. Ooh, it's got a nice, oh, it's a bag.
Yep, it's a bag.
Oof.
Oh,
That was,
how many times have I done that now? 4 times?
you're bracketing.
Is that called bracketing?
I don't know, that's what I call it. That?
There you go. That one.
Isn't that what they call it, like when they're like, when they're firing cannons? Like they,
Yes!
Ooh, nice! So Deborah wins that one.
Okay. Clearly, I think, I'm not trying to make excuses for myself, but I think maybe
It's the bag.
bags were part of the issue. Okay, do you want me on this side or the other side?
Oh yeah, this side. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so that's 2 to 7?
2 to 7. Ooh, did that just go in?
No.
Oh,
It went off the back.
I was looking this way in the camera.
Yes, it went in.
Oh! I think these were last used for come out and play. So I was like, why does stuff keep I think it was all chalk.
Yeah.
A version of this we did with. Oh! What keeps exploding out of them?
Yeah. No. Okay.
Okay, one more.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear why Greg wanted to play cornhole all year long.
So that's 5 because we're counting.
So you've got 12 now.
12.
Are we really playing until 21, or do we want to start to talk about modding things?
I think we played to 21. I'm
Okay,
always a
all
fan of you got to play it out, and the
play it
more,
out.
the
Okay.
longer you play, the better you get.
All right.
I don't know. What do you think?
Oh well, I don't know. It's 12 to 2. I could still turn it around.
Yeah,
right?
you definitely
I could.
could.
Totally turn it around. All right, we're gonna go. You go first.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, lots of chalk in that one.
So
is your technique to give it more lift so it lands like that?
I'm a lift guy.
Okay.
If that's a thing, I don't know if that's a thing, but I try and go up. I try and arc it up. I also like to keep it. I think about how I'm gonna have it in my hand, so it kind of flat.
Okay.
And then,
Oh,
that was an airmail.
very nice. Okay. Nope.
But it's now, but I don't know. What's your strategy? How do you do it?
I don't know that I had a strategy, Greg,
Right.
but I'm going to think about having a strategy now.
Yeah, no, but I think
My
it's like
strategy is to throw it toward the cornhole.
right, because it's like because it's angled and it's slippery. It's
Yeah.
if you go right at it, it's just gonna go off it.
Yeah.
But then it's like so now maybe you're in the process of like rebuilding your stroke, like a la Tiger Woods. Whenever he did,
Oh, yeah,
wasn't there something where he
break
had to?
it down and then build it back up.
Yeah,
again?
you get worse before you get better.
Yeah,
I don't know. Oof. Nope.
I think for me also, I like to stand on this side.
Yeah, that's
Are there competition rules about what side you can stand on?
There are. Technically, I believe there's a pitcher's box, and you're not supposed to leave it. Oh, so maybe that was your side.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so nobody got any points that one.
No, I got 3. I got,
you got 3.
I got one
Oh, yeah,
cornhole.
so you have now 15. 15 to my 2. Okay.
Ooh. It's a game of momentum,
Yes.
as they say.
Okay.
All right. So I'm right. Okay. Nope. Ooh, nice.
Yet again, off the backside.
Ooh, that was a beautiful.
Okay. I tried to give it more lift that time, but it's very precarious. You can
It is.
easily
It's
knock that
very
one off.
precarious.
Yeah.
So apparently, this is where all the strategy comes in
Yeah.
cornhole. Is there's like you can throw sliders that go in, and then you can block the thing, which then forces someone to go either airmail
Yeah.
or backside airmail. I've been told.
Backside of
Which is when you come over to like to the back of the board, right? And then
Oh, nice.
and then leave one there. That's also called a blocker, I believe. So much technical jargon, as with all games.
Oh, and indeed.
I feel bad about that one.
Don't feel bad.
Okay.
That's the game.
That's right, exactly. That's the beauty of games. You don't have to feel bad about it. Oh, that was a nice throw, though.
I have some more lift there.
I liked it.
Okay, so you got 1 point?
Yes.
Okay, so 16.
16.
Yeah.
Okay. Here, I'll stand here. We'll just alternate.
Okay,
Um,
but you go first.
Okay, you go first. You want to be? You can be on the side.
No, it's okay.
Okay. Mm. Oh, nice.
Okay, that was a good one.
It's a backside blocker, preventing us from skidding off the back. Well placed, well placed. Oh. Ooh,
Okay,
Deborah.
so clearly the lift is what you need. The lift, it's all about the lift.
Right, finding, I like it. It's like nice when you get those couple in a row. You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
No points for anybody.
two beautiful throws
Yeah.
though. Look at those, well placed, well placed.
Okay. So who goes?
You?
Okay. So again, it's 16 to 2.
I think so.
Okay.
We're gonna check out our form. Let's see if I'm not gonna be able to throw that left-handed.
Okay.
Ooh, nice throw. Nope. Ooh.
Oh,
I feel like that was the board. The board bounced you off.
the board bounced me off. It was the board's fault.
If this was on grass, maybe
Yeah.
it would absorb that better.
Yeah.
The concrete. Oof.
Oh, That went right through.
That was.
Very nice.
Oh.
I'm an ace at bouncing it off the board.
Yeah.
I have bounced off the board far more than you have.
So maybe that's your mod.
Oh, maybe.
Make sure it always bounces off the board.
I think our first mod is going to be that you have to hit the board and have it bounce off. Mm-hmm. You only get a point that way.
Ooh, I like that. The sort of.
It's not a bug; it's a feature.
Exactly. It's like, what's that?
So you have 19 now.
19. What's that? There's the that character class in Cosmic Encounter, the loser, where you like if you get the lowest score, like you can declare highest or lowest.
Yeah. But that's kind of like in what is it? In Hearts, you can shoot the moon or shoot the sun, and one of them.
I've never heard of shooting the sun.
Yeah. So one of them you're trying to get everything, and one you're trying to get nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would win if you got nothing. But you have
that's
to
shooting the sun.
Deliberately. I can't
shooting the moon's getting
which,
everything, right?
I think shooting the moon is everything, but there's another one where you try to get nothing, but you have to get nothing, and then you get like, and yeah.
I feel like I can definitely not get any on the board.
What?
I mean, just look, but you have to like, but there has to be some rule that you have to like get it close. Like you said, it has to hit it.
Yeah.
Then bounce off.
Yeah.
I guess. Okay.
But it's like trying to get like the worst junk hand. Basically.
Right. Okay. All right. Oop. Nope. Ooh, that was like right on.
But too long.
Oh.
Okay, thrown too far.
Oh. Okay. Ooh.
Oh, so close.
So that, I believe, is like a blocker. So that's like a key strategy in competitive cornhole is you put it there. Now I can't get in the cornhole.
Without getting me in the corner.
Without getting you in, so that's when you have to go backside airmail.
Okay.
I've been.
Let me see your backside.
Okay.
Airmail.
All right. Backside airmail, coming right up. Oh, and I took mine off.
Oh, it's wide, but at this point, okay, 3 to 19. Okay, I can totally come back from this. I have faith in myself. I'm firm. I've been grown since I that.
All right. It's a long game for a casual game.
It's nice.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. It is a long game.
Like 21's like whenever I play with my kids, we always play to like 11.
11, yeah.
Or something lower. But I mean, I wonder why it's 21.
I don't know. Like the place that I usually play this is there's a restaurant that we tend to go to every summer where you have to wait a long time for a table. So it's actually perfect because you have to wait a long time for the table, and so you play a game or two and then your table's ready.
It's true. That is usually where I play. I play a lot of cornhole waiting for a table.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Crab.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Again, this is my expertise.
So
it's
this,
bouncing it off.
This could be the game, I think,
This
right?
could be the
this
game.
could be the game.
Yeah. And it's the game. Greg is the winner.
Oh wait, good
nice
game.
job.
Good game.
Good
GG's
game.
as the kids say.
Do they really? GG's?
Yeah, that's at least what I think. That's what that means. I don't know. You guys on the internet tell us.
Okay.
Should we talk?
Yeah. So let's talk.
What do we like about what's working in cornhole?
What do we like about it? I mean, I like the tactile nature of it. You know, it's one of those games that it just the heft of the beanbag and throwing. It's I like the fact that it's tactile.
Right. It's like that sort of like I feel like it's like shooting baskets where it's just like the actual act. It's like that sort of game where the actual act of doing it is like super pleasurable. The basic activity, like throw something onto something.
Yeah.
is really fun. You know, like you're starting with that, then it's like sort of like the rest is sort of just how do I structure that a little bit.
Yeah, I like the fact that every time, like, I mean, granted, there are times that I have practiced more before playing, you know, I'm not trying to excuse myself there, but I like the fact that any time that I play, I do feel like there's always like a learning curve, and that I get better by the end of the game. Right. So I like that the length of the game helps me sort of like think about my tactics. Right.
It's also like interesting too with like a game. Right. There's like something about the skill involved in this is like there's like some sports or games where like the skill you'd have to do the basic thing is so hard that it would take you a year to do. Like thinking of like skateboarding, right? Like
or to like actually get good at bowling or something.
Right, bowling is like bowling. Like you spend a lot of time throwing gutter balls in bowling, like for the most part. And this one is like relatively. There's like. It's like you can get up to speed relatively quickly. Although I wonder, like, so I've always thought, like, if that was the case, then how could you have like a professional? Like, if they're like, if you could master throwing it in that hole, like basically, it's like a relatively narrow channel of interaction. Like,
but like, I would imagine. Well, you're the one who watched the competition, but I would imagine that once you've sort of like mastered the technique, it becomes about the strategy. Right. So then it makes a big difference. You know what side you're throwing from, whether you go first or not. Right. You know, and so I wonder if actually you get to, like, I remember there's some games where you get to choose turn order, right? So that even though if you're winning, like your ultimate goal is to be winning, but if you're winning, you have to go first, which actually gives the other person the advantage. Right. So I wonder whether, like in a competition, you might ever like want to throw it right near the end, so that then you get to go last. Right. You
get to see what they've done. Now I made.
Yeah. So I would think it gets to be much more about the strategy of it.
Right, because that's certainly like a. What other sports were there? Some other sports. I guess baseball. I don't know. No, there's one I'm thinking of, but I totally can't remember right now.
What? Where it matters what the turn order is?
Yeah, that you want to bocce, right? Some things like that where you're like the turn orders. Right. I mean, because it feels like there must be like that variable range too, because like one of the match I watched, like when I was watching the competitive. There's one guy was like clearly way better than. Both of them were like, whoa, they didn't miss. Yeah. But one guy was like, he put it in the right place like every time, and decimated those guys, which is interesting. Which suggests that there's like something to like what you're saying.
Yeah. And I think that for just as like a social game, there's a lot of variability. So you could play with just one friend, you could play with 4 people all together. It's a great game to play with families because you can, you could move, you could ignore the rules for how far apart it's supposed to be and move it closer for kids, right? And of course, for kids, like most humans, you'd like to throw a thing into a hole. That's like a lot of sports. Like get a thing into a hole.
Right. Like you think of like, or the way the basketball is, like that one's like it's like always 10 feet tall, and when you're like a little kid, you can't throw things 10 feet in the air. They're like Yeah. But here, like you said, you just stand closer and throw the thing in the hole.
Yeah. So I like that about it also. What else do you like about it?
I like that the scoring is simple. I think I like the cancellation thing. I'm not sure why that's there exactly.
You mean being able to knock somebody off?
No.
The way you score.
Yeah.
The way you do the scoring.
Knocking people off makes sense to me. Like I would knock them out. But why does only one side get all the points?
Well, I mean, I think that if you didn't cancel, you'd get to 21 faster. So if you wanted to play the game faster, you just don't do the cancellation. Right. I mean, it has the same effect that Well, does it have the same effect? I guess it doesn't, because it means that the person who loses also is racking up the points. Right. So it would be interesting to play without canceling and see what impact that has on the scoring. Actually.
Right. I wonder if there's like something to it in that when you do it, like it makes that it would make where you put the beat, like where if you like the more strategic your placement on there, so you can't get the 3, because if people can cornhole, then you could get like very large swings and the other team gets essentially nothing.
Right.
And so that you can kind of try and like pile up things and prevent them from getting the cornholes, which would then allow them to sort of skyrocket the score or something. I wonder if it's like it feels like it would like diminish the swings, but maybe it makes them bigger.
I don't know. Maybe that's one of the mods we should play without canceling the scoring.
Right.
And see what impact that has.
I agree about the tackle. I like beanbags. Beanbags are fun.
Your beanbags are definitely better than the beanbags that came with the set, though.
Yeah, they're nice. I like these ones.
They have a nice woven quality to them. Yeah.
Yeah, these are
Not slippery.
and heavy.
Yeah.
That's got a heft.
Yeah. But I don't know if they have corn kernels inside.
So what should we mod? What do you want to do to mod it? What would you fix in it? What it feels like it's not working for you?
It feels like it's not working. I think that like I was thinking that you could have more variety. Like, right now, basically, it's like you can get points if you get it in the hole or you get it on the board, right? But you could come up with alternate ways of scoring points. Like if you land yours on top of somebody else's, you could get a point. And maybe that is like even if it's on the ground, it doesn't have to be on the board. So I think you could add a little bit more variety to how you get points, which I think would then make the strategy more interesting.
Right, because it is kind of flat right now, where it's sort of like you're progressing along the same vector over and over. So something where you get more points for different, like just like have different holes, like more.
Yeah. Well, and like another one, like if you, like maybe you have one kind of point for if it's fully on the board, and like maybe that's 2 points, and it's half a point if it's hanging off of the board, right? So you just have a little variety there, right?
Okay.
So what do you think needs to be fixed about it?
I agree about so I made a game, we talked about it a little bit, like it was called Starry Night. We made it for Come Out and Play one year, and it was sort of inspired by beat cornhole like games. And in that one you had like constellations, and then you had to like form the constellations by like capturing them with your beanbags. And there was 2 teams vying for those. And then once you captured them, then you could flip them over to your side, but then you had to leave beanbags there and take beanbags back. It became like a resource management game. It was like the German board game of Cornhole.
Maybe not that much variety.
Right, and that was the lesson I learned was I was like, there's something beautiful about the simplicity of this, because like I was like, I went way, way, way over. But those games took like an hour and a half to play. So yeah, like maybe we could do something with the scoring, like we could draw some other. We've got a couple milk crates. We could have extra buckets.
Oh yeah.
We could just have come up with a different set of scores.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that.
The other variation we had talked about, and this is not along that lines, but the sort of it is both nice that it's like a great game to play while you wait, and I don't know why this one isn't solving a problem. This change I was thinking about, but that it's like because it's nice that it's in one place, but that one that it's more like frisbee golf, like you're kind of just moving down a street.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I feel like that gets at variation in a different way. I like the scoring.
Yeah. This was a great idea that Greg had that would also be great for trying to get your kids to walk down the street, where you just are constantly drawing circles as you move forward, and then have to throw the beanbag into the circle as you go.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Jareve meets Cornhole.
Okay, so let's play one of those versions.
Yeah. What are we gonna do? What should our scoring changes be?
I think. Let's see. Let's make. Well, I would selfishly say let's give a point if it hits and bounces off.
Okay. All right, I like this. Okay. A point for if it hits and bounces off.
Yeah. And we could make that 1 point, and make, if it lands on the board, 2 points.
Okay.
If it goes in the hole, 3 points.
Okay. So less priority on cornholes.
Yeah.
And more on making it hit the board.
Making it hit the board.
Okay.
Making it hit the board.
Any other?
Unless we think that we want to try to deliberately bounce it off, in which case we could give that more points. If we think that that's something we want to try to do, as opposed to accidental. Like, I'm not sure what the technique is. I guess to throw it in a way that it is not, has less loft and more at it so that it's going to bounce off. I don't know.
Right, I feel like almost like that one, like there's like a way, like if I was thinking of how like this board is set up, I'm just going to position this a little, like, I don't know if you can see that. But I would feel like you would then need, you don't want to incentivize bad behavior, right? Like that you just rail it. So it's like almost like if it goes off the back and then goes into this, like if you're over here like kind of whipping it at the board, then you can get it to slide off. But if it goes in there, then
you could, although
maybe that could be more points.
That might be too easy to do though, because you can try to just throw it straight into that basket. Right,
that's what I'm saying. That if it goes in there, it's a penalty.
But
it's like
that could be a penalty, but we could draw like a circle on the ground and chalk if it bounces off the corner and into the circle, and only if it bounces into that circle.
Ooh, I like that. It's like a skee ball. Like it's the 100 in skee ball where I spend basically all of my time trying to get the 100.
Okay, let's make that a disincentive if it goes in there.
Okay.
But draw circles off of each corner.
I don't even know that we need that. I think we just do need the circles.
Okay, just the circles.
We could do, if you bounce it and it goes in there, we could use that, or do you want to draw a circle with chalk? What do you think?
We would need 2 milk crates. We only have 1.
I've got 2.
Yeah, but you have to dump all that stuff out.
Okay, we do have chalk.
We need 4.
Okay, we got chalk.
So let's do chalk.
This is the gigantic mechanic basket of lawn game junk.
Yeah. So
right,
just like draw like a circle like this.
Yeah. And then how many points? You can label the points.
Oh, what do you think?
We could do points all around it. Now I'm loving this.
What do you think those should be?
I don't know, like 3
points?
4.
4 points?
Because that, like, if we want to make, let's make it worth a lot. Okay.
Okay.
Try it out.
Yeah. Do you want to draw more circles?
Let's try that one.
Okay. I do about the same. Okay. So 1 point if it hits and just bounces off. 2 points if it lands. 3 points if it goes through the hole. 4 points but it has to bounce off into a circle, not just throw it into the circle.
Agreed.
Okay.
It's gotta touch the board at some point for it to be.
It has to touch the board at some point to get a point.
Okay.
Do you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. I don't even know how to do that throw. I totally went to 4 now. I'm like, I can't even think of anything else. Ooh.
No.
No good. No good. Okay. It's gonna be hard. Oh.
I don't think mine didn't count as like being on and bouncing off, because that only hit the bottom of it. Do you think?
Yeah, I didn't see. Yeah, no, it's got to go on.
It's got to go all the way up.
Oh!
So close! I was so close to a 4. Oh! It's in.
Is that in? I think as long as it's touching.
It's touching it.
greatest rule ever.
No, but that one didn't count.
Right, like,
okay.
yeah.
So I got 2 and you got 4, so you get 2 points.
Okay. So we're still doing cancellation.
Would you want to try without cancellation? See what happens?
One mod at a time.
One
Professional
mod at a time.
game design.
Oh, yeah.
Etiquette rules.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay, so you go.
okay. All right. Now, I would like to believe that was skill that got it there. I do, dubious of myself. But I'm gonna try again. No. Oh. Ooh.
I don't think it went in.
No.
No.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I think there was a tie.
Yeah, 1-1. So 0.
So 0. Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So do you feel like, how do you feel like the it's one of those things where like when you get that like bigger score, like now I'm just going for that. I've like totally stopped going for everything else. Is that good or is that like?
Yeah, well, I feel like I'm now aiming for the back of the board more.
Yeah. Right, like I just want that.
You just want the bigger score.
Again, I have very little self-control as we established my skee ball strategy, which is yet to pay off.
Yes!
Ooh, nice, okay. Ooh.
Oh, maybe
So
touching.
Right, like I feel like now like probably your best strategy is still to go to get it on the board.
Yeah.
And then, but that's like a sort of weird bonusy thing.
Yeah.
But you're right, like now you just want to get it on the back. Oh.
Oh, really nice.
I know, but...
Oh.
All right, well I got one more.
One more.
All right, this one. Oh! I'm gonna call that a walker that walks off.
Okay, so you got 4, 7, 8, 9 points, and I got 4, and I got 5 points. You get 4 points.
Okay.
So you have 6 points.
Okay.
Oh, the fact that you can rack up the points faster is definitely appealing.
Yeah.
I would say about the game.
Right. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Right. It feels like, and it feels.
Oh wait, but one of mine bounced off, right? We said you get 1 point if it.
Oh
hits
yeah,
and
yeah.
bounces
So then
up.
I get.
So you get 3 points.
Even though I had that amazing round, but I mean yours was also an amazing round.
So you have 5 points now. Okay. All right. What's that one called? A grounder?
A dirty
bag
bag or something.
Okay.
But I think that's, well, I don't know. Oh. Maybe. Ooh, lovely. Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice. I totally dig all the weird, like any game that has like strange terminology that they've come up with.
So I got 3, 5, 6, 7.
7.
Right? Because it bounce off. You have 4, 6, 8, 9.
Which one? Oh, that one. I forgot if it bounces off.
Yeah, you get a point. So you have 9. I got 7.
Okay, so 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have 7 altogether now?
Interesting.
Okay. Alright. You go first.
Like maybe should we do one more round and make any other changes you want? Or
Yeah. That sounds good.
okay. I'm liking the. I guess what I'm liking the spots. The going on and bouncing off feels weird to me.
Okay, so let's get rid of that rule then.
Well, we don't have to get rid of it this round, but I'm just saying like that one feels. I always forget to keep track of it. It doesn't feel in line with.
Right.
Somehow.
Okay.
I don't know why.
It's because you don't get the snapshot of it. Right? Like at the end of the round, you can just sort of look and see where everything is. You have to remember if it hit first.
Yes. Right. That is something nice. It's like the entire, like the state of the game is encapsulated in what you see. That's cool. I hadn't thought of that. Ooh, nice throw. Blocking the.
Sort of went over the corner. I don't know.
No, that counts.
Okay.
Oh!
Beautiful! It was perfect.
If it was intentional, that would have.
Perfect. That was perfect. Okay. So you did all of yours hit? No, this one hit, right?
I think.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to remember, so I think that that's not a good rule.
Right.
But I think that this is a great rule.
Mm-hmm, the bouncing, right.
Yeah.
Just more weird scoring opportunities.
Yeah, that's a great rule. So, okay.
Right, and because it bounces in, like, you're like, okay, I'll remember that.
Yeah. But I think having the snapshot at the end, because again, remember, one is usually got something else in the other hand.
Right.
Remember exactly what happened.
Right, and I guess sometimes in Cornhole too, like I think if you're playing with the dirty bags, the ones where it bounces on, people go up and they take them off.
Oh yeah.
So I can imagine you do the same thing. It bounces in that thing, and you just take it out.
Yeah.
If it's like if you don't bounce in it, if you throw it straight in.
Yeah.
Just get it off the field.
Okay, that's great. Let me check on. Oh, we're almost at 4:00.
Man, time flies when you're
playing Cornhole.
So I feel like we should have done this at a restaurant. Waited
a longer time.
Right.
Well, so let's have a seat and then maybe talk about. So I think it's a great example of, if you play Cornhole but there's something about it that bugs you, figure out what bugs you and change that thing, right? And then maybe you'll discover a new way of playing Cornhole that you love.
Right, like I bet Mr. Wind possibly loved Parlor Quotis or Quoits. I don't know what. The other thing is, Quoits. And he was like, I'm gonna fix it with this. So you can always like mod things to make them a little better. Right, it's like Monopoly, right? Like people, like I always tell people they're like, oh, I don't know how to design games. I'm like, if you've ever like had free taking money out in like Monopoly, like that's not a problem. That's in the game. But there's all those like weird like mods. Like kids mod games all the time.
Yeah.
Like no tag backs. It's like game modding. It's like modding 101.
No, people mod. There's I'm trying to think. I'm not going to remember the name of it. There was somebody put out. Basically, it was a book of mods for Monopoly, Parcheesi, Clue, and Scrabble. And they were great. It was just taking your regular board game. I mean, I think my favorite one was a mod of Clue, where the premise was that there were zombies, and that totally impacted where you would go in the house or hide in the house. But people mod stuff all the time.
Right. Yeah, and I think if you're inclined to be like Cornhole's dumb, like take a second look. There's like something about those like really pared down games, like that are really interesting. Like it's like you think of like there's all those things like that are in the Olympics that are like those super straight like shot put. Like I don't know what it is that's interesting about the shot put, but I bet it's really interesting.
Yeah.
Like if like it's like deeper than I think it is.
you think it's deeper than you think it is. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So that would make it exactly how deep. Like.
Yeah. But I mean, I think also, like Greg was saying, like, you know, if you want to think like a game designer, you know, you do one mod at a time to sort of like test how well does it work, how much fun is it, you know. So it was really interesting to discover that, you know, everybody might think, oh yeah, well I want a point if I hit and it bounces off, but it's hard to track, it's hard to keep track of, so that's not a good mod.
Right, and it's not till you like do that you realize like, oh, like as you pointed out, like the state of the game is like all there for you to see, which is like really smart and clever. Like it's like, you know, it's why board games work.
Yeah.
You can kind of look at it, read it.
And to some extent, drawing the circles answered the need of the other mod, because part of the need of the other mod was I want more ways to get points, and so here was another way to get points that was fun. Right. Yeah.
Awesome. So we got there's other shows. Korean Drive Time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I have a poster.
Do you have the poster? Okay, we have the poster. Why do I have all over me? Okay. Can you read it out? I can't see.
So we got the Iron Game Design Challenge on Monday. On Wednesday, Tuesday. Latest with Jesse, and Martzi. And then on Wednesdays, we got Beyond Screens, which you just watched. And then Korean Drive Time coming up at 3. And then Monster Card Readings at 6 with Zach. And then, so check those out. Thanks for watching today.
Thanks for watching. Have a great end of the summer, everybody.
All right.